there, Hugo. Thanks for sending those videos over. Super helpful for me to see where you are in your practice. This video lesson for today, 5 things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list, and if you have any questions at the end, feel free to shoot those over, and I'll do my best to answer. So, sorry, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm going to try to make it. See here. First thing is tune your guitar. Repeat after me. Tune your guitar. It was wildly out of tune. You played great. Your chords, if your guitar was in tune, you would sound awesome. It's just that I can give like the best guitar player in the world an out of tune guitar, and guess how they're going to sound? They're going to sound awful, right? If I give one of my students who's still learning a out of tune guitar, they're not going to sound good, right? So give yourself all the advantages. Make sure you tune. Sometimes I tune my guitars, 2 or 3 times in a practice session. Sometimes I'll get them out and I'll start playing, and 15 minutes later, once they kind of warmed up to the room and my body temperature and everything, warming them, I'll tune them again. So I tune my guitars frequently. If they sound out of tune, I just like stop what I'm doing and go, okay, it's time to tune. So make sure to do that. Let's see here. How Book 45, when the Saints go marching in. Much better on our note names. You're starting to get it. Keep doing that, right? So go through and practice naming those notes. Right around 55, with number 55, when you get into the 6th string, we'll review all 6 strings of the guitar, because I find that when we start spending more time in the bass strings, sometimes the treble string note names sometimes fall by the wayside. So this is an important part of the book where we want to keep on reiterating those note names, and that way you'll be a good note reader. Right. Let's see here. Rhythmically speaking, is getting better with the Saints Go Marching In. The danger zones are long held out notes, I found. So it's not like a quick succession of notes was difficult, but it was when things are held out. I guess, do I have this pulled up still? I do. So say, for example, if you look at that G, so G, B, C, D, that part right there, so... I was in drop D, so good thing I checked my tuning before I started. I was teaching a Good Charlotte song last lesson. And now I think I'll check all the rest of the strings while I'm here. Cool. So back to the note reading. So this part right here, we have the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That long held out D is a danger zone right there, because sometimes when we play, we kind of just like go. I think it feels right, the right amount of length. But I practiced a lot of counting when I would play, so I would count out loud. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Like I said, I would never write like my letter names into the book, right? That's a big no-no when trying to learn how to read music. But it might not be a half bad idea to write the counts in. You could do that, because you're going to be counting those anyway. So what I would even do is write over top of it 2, 3, 4. Actually, they even did it for you. So what I would even do is like circle the groupings. So like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, I would like circle that to make sure that I counted all that. So that's what I would do with How Book 45, is practice counting while you play. And then number 2 is one of your questions you had about your solo. Solo's nice, man. I like that you're getting all the right notes in there, that you're trying new things, you're trying sequences, you're experimenting with leaping from the E to E. So I saw that you're really trying to intentionally nail that note E. We talked about it last time. Right, we want to be kind of hanging around that note to give it the feel of E minor. And later on, when we get to more advanced soloing concepts, or intermediate and advanced soloing concepts, that's going to come way back into play when we start incorporating bar chords and chords into our solo lines. So a lot of cool stuff coming down the road. So oh yeah, I wrote Tune Your Guitar again. It was sounding really nice, these guitars I tuned. Let's see here. So it helps to come with a solo procedure for these micro solos. You don't want to make it so that like it's like a run-on sentence, like something like this where I did. Right? That's too long, it's too meandering. Yeah, get right to the point. right? So what you do is you pick a scale, E minor pentatonic. You pick, or a box, right? You go E minor pentatonic box 1. You pick a sequence pattern, right? 3-note sequence or 4-note sequence, 2-note sequence are all good. Pick 4 unique notes in that area. No, and one of them has got to be E. So in this case right here, the E right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be my 4 unique notes. Right? There's only 4 I get. If I can't solo competently on those, I have no business doing 5 notes or 6 notes or 7 notes, because if I can't make 4 notes work, what makes I think any more can work? And then you pick a guitar effect. In my case, I'm going to pick a string bend. So I have my 4 notes. I'm going to do a 3-note sequence, and I'm going to do a string bend, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet, right to the point. So I do this. 2. Right, there's my solo. That's my solo line. Short, sweet, to the point. Can you sing it? That's the other important thing too. If it's so meandering that you can't sing it, your audience isn't going to be able to follow it. So if it was something like this, right? It's so meandering that if I asked you to sing that back, you'd have a really hard time doing that, or I would have a hard time doing that. So short, sweet, to the point. A good test is if your parents are, say, Cole, can they sing back what you just played? If it's too long, they can't remember it, then it's too long. There are genres of music where there are really long lines. This is not one of them. Blues, keep it short and sweet to the point. Right? And then, let's see here, Sweet Home Chicago. Good! I think we only had like maybe a couple minutes to talk about it last time, if that. So good on this right here. Yeah, So let's talk about that. The picking in this is really important. If I just pick all downs, see, I'm going in a downward direction, so this is good. This first down is good because I'm going in the right direction of the next string I'm going to hit. If I play down and do down again, guess where my pick is heading to? I'm either going in the wrong direction, so it takes time for me to recoil. Now, I can make it work because I'm playing guitar a long time, but if I were a younger player, that'd be a lot more difficult. So what makes sense is actually working out a right-hand picking pattern that works. So down, up, down, up. See, that way you're moving back towards the right direction. And you're anchored to the guitar right here. And put you right in position for a nice strum there at the end. See, my pick was already on the way up, so we could go that right there. Practice this right here, the E to the B7. Notice that my middle finger here is the pivot finger. So you want to use that to switch into this. So there's no gap in between. Right, I heard this. What we want is this. Pivot off the second finger, back and forth. Slow and in control. You're trying to train your fingers where you want them to go. That figure right there, I was seeing, it was good, not bad for a week. Like I said, we kind of rushed it there towards the end. What you want to do is isolate that first and third finger movement. I'm seeing a little bit of this. All that takes time. So what you got to practice is horizontal hand. What you do is you bring your ring finger up to that 4th fret right there, and everything extends from the ring finger. So this reaches and this is arched and over top of the string. Remember fishhook finger from power chords? Think of it as a power chord on one string, right? So if I were playing a power chord, I wouldn't do like this, right? That doesn't make sense. Keep those parked right over top. Ring finger, get yourself into position. Bring that up there to that 5th string, 4th fret. Reach with the pointer finger and lift off slightly, bring it back down. Lift off slightly. So it's not this, it's this. I would just isolate that motion right there, to be honest with you. Can you keep that hovering over top? Right, like I said, all the problems stemmed from this swiveling away right here. Like, I can make it work, but why would I want to do that? It seems like wasted motion to me, right? Isolate this. Same thing there. Don't let your fingers fly away from the fretboard. Do that last. So isolate this first. Make sure my finger doesn't fly away. Isolate this. 0, 0, 3, 4, 0. Then put them together. Right, just like that. Your other question is what happens over the A5. So this chord right here is an E5 power chord. You notice that? Remember this from? I think we did. Yeah, I'm almost positive we did the power chords. We would have to have again here. Right. So remember those one finger half bar shapes. Right. Same thing here. This is an E5 power chord. And what happens next, he does an A power chord figure. I guess there's other extra notes in there. They're turning them into major chords, but we'll talk about that another day. So we have this. Same figure. Just move down a string and playing strings 5 and 4 right here. Same procedure. Ring finger. Stretch out with the first finger, on, off. Make sure we're not doing this. We've got to use a mirror or your iPad or something like that to watch your hand. Look, I'm strumming too. I'm not going through all the strings. I'm just hitting the ones I need. Targeted an E right there. So I didn't go my solo. Found myself an E. Had a lead in. So here, E here, E here. Bent this D up to an E here. Right? All those were targeted E's. Like I said, there's more advanced soloing, so we'll save that for down the road. Cool, man. Work on those things for me. Like I said, if you have questions at the end or of watching this, feel free to shoot them over. If not, I will see you same time next time. Take care.